Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon in Japan. My name is Lola Alcantara, and I'm the responsible for the Japanese market in Andalusia travel. First of all, I would like to thank the marketplace Rakuten, which is going to present its business model to find new opportunities for the Andalusian companies in this seminar on e-commerce in Japan. I would like to thank, of course, to the companies attending the seminar. We hope you find it interesting for your strategy in the market. When the presentation is over, you will have some time to ask questions to Rakuten. I will now like to introduce my colleague, Dong-Suk Yoon, Director of the Andalusia Trade Office in Japan, and ask her to introduce today's speakers. Yoon, thank you very much, and the floor is yours. You have to connect your camera and your micro. Yoon, can you hear us? Just a second. Yoon, can you hear us? I'm trying to connect your camera too.
Okay, now. Okay, now.
Yes.
Okay, now.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. And nice to meet you. My name is Yoon from Andalusia Trade, Japan office. Thank you for joining us today on our webinar. I'm going to present you today's speaker, Mr. Theodore Kitchen, Business Development Manager from Rakuten Group. And also we have Ms. Haruka Takahashi from US and EU Business Section. We are very pleased to have you here with us. I'm sure this webinar will help all of you to promote your products in Japan. Mr. Kitchen and Ms. Takahashi, thank you again for your interest and for your precious time. Please begin.
Thank you for having us. Should we share screen?
We can barely hear you, Theodore.
Should we share our screen?
A little bit better.
Okay, how about really, now?
Now, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, and I should share my own screen.
Yes, please.
Okay, all right.
Perfect. We can see it perfect. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. All right, so let me begin. Please let me know if you have any troubles hearing me. I can hopefully speak louder. But nice to meet you all. My name is Theodore Jackson Kitchen. People just call me Teddy. I'm part of the overseas sales strategy department, and I've been in this department for about a year and a half now. and I've helped many merchants from overseas on board and help sell their products in Japan. Hopefully, I can do the same for you today. All right. So for today, we have two agendas. The first one being Rakuten Group Ichiba introduction and the Rakuten cross-border e-commerce business. Now, getting into the Rakuten introduction part. So Rakuten has been in the e-commerce business for over 28 years now. And within 28 years, we've expanded into 70 other services, and we call this the Rakuten ecosystem. And one thing that's, I would say, unique to Japan is many big businesses offer their own unique points, and Rakuten does offer its own Rakuten points. And what this is you can spend these points on maybe when you buy something from our marketplace, you can get some points back, but also you can maybe use those points to maybe get something for free or maybe get a discount. But since we do have 70 other services, you can spend those points not just on our EC marketplace, but also our travel, our Rakuten Travel, Rakuten Mobile, anything that we do offer, you can spend points and use points and get points. So just to give you an idea of how much points is usually, I would say, generated, we did issue at least 320 billion points last year to give you an idea of how much is, which is quite a lot. So just to give you an idea of how much we're well known throughout the world, for Taiwan, Spain, and France, we're about throughout the population of those countries, about 75% of the people know about Rakuten. But for US and Canada, it's obviously about 60%, which is obviously above 50%. And within the past few years, we have started selling quite a few merchants from the US and Canada as well, from North America in general. So we do think that this is currently growing at this time. Now, just to give you an idea of the EC marketplace and how I'll say the numbers are in general. So the domestic EC marketplace in general, we did see over 6 trillion yen in sales and about 7% YY growth. And the Rakuten Ichiba GMS in general, for the compound annual growth rate in general, we did see about 8.1% increase in sales. And the others are just other platforms that are doing very well. So for example, the Rakuten Ichiba, the Rakuten Travel, Rakuten Bank, Rakuten Card, and Rakuten Ad in general have seen a double-digit increase as well. Now, getting into the specifics of the Rakuten Ichiba marketplace. So for the annual domestic e-commerce distribution amount that we did generate last year, for 2023, we did see about 33 billion euros in sales at about 7% YY growth. We currently do have over 100 million users. That's about 82% of the Japanese population that are currently using our platform, and currently do have over 50,000 stores that are operating on our platform as well. And when it comes to the Japanese EC market share, when you look at it as 100%, Rakuten has about 28.9% of the Japanese EC market share, which is obviously the biggest within Japan. But within that share, the categories that we usually say that sell well are lifestyle goods, apparel, food, health food, cosmetics, and home appliances. So from Spain, it might be a little bit difficult to maybe sell fresh food in general, but food in general should be a good target for our Japanese customers. And lastly, when it comes to the Japanese, I would say, society of points in general, just to give you a better idea of how it kind of works. So the Rakuten points in general, since we do have over 70 other services, we like to say users can accumulate more Rakuten points by cross-using Rakuten services. So the more services you use, the more points that you will get. And points can be redeemed and accumulated both online and offline. So online, that means you can use it within any of our services that we offer online. But offline is more of partnerships that we do have offline. So maybe supermarkets, drugstores, convenience stores. So you can use Rakuten points towards your day-to-day shopping as well, which many people tend to do. Now, when it comes to the unique differences between e-commerce business models in general, Rakuten is a shop-centric market compared to other global EC competitors. Each shop can control their own storefront, product page, and consumer experience. So Rakuten is more, I would say, shop-centric. You can have more control towards your shop. You can kind of control the way a customer will see your shop in general, rather than just showing one product itself. To give you a better idea, so for a product-centric store, I would say the way it kind of works, it's easy to publish items, it's difficult to differentiate yourselves other than pricing, and it's also limited product info. But for Rakuten as a shopping mall, I would say method in general, customers can freely design their store, they can freely add product features and benefits, but also it does require a little bit more dedication to design and create your store, but it's kind of, I would say, worth it, and it's kind of, I would say, worth the time that you kind of put into it so the customers can actually see what you want the customers to see. Hopefully they can understand what you want them to buy. They can have a better idea of what they're buying before they actually do purchase it, rather than just seeing one product and just something that you're competing through price. And this is just, I would say, a visual comparison. So when it comes to product-centric stores, it's the same page, same format, just different products. But for Rakuten, each store is different. The way they kind of show their products, the way they want to show their products is a little bit different. So you can see somebody wearing that product, see what it looks like, what the fabric is made out of, a little bit more, I'll say, specifics, so you can kind of get a better idea of what you are actually buying. And maybe some sort of maybe sunscreen, you can see what it kind of looks like before and after, what it may look like in your palm, so how big it is. So it gives you a better idea and lets you imagine what that product will be like within your hands before you do buy it. And these are just some marketplaces that we do have and the way they kind of show their store. So, for example, if you're a manufacturer, reseller, or retailer, they're all different, but they have different, but they're all, I would say, on our same marketplace, but they have different ways of showing their product. So you pretty much do have a lot of freedom towards how you want to show your store. So if you do already have your own EC marketplace, or if you already do have your own store page or storefront, you can hopefully kind of recreate that on our store page as well. These are just some brands and services that we do have in Japan. So you might notice a few. So maybe Daniel Wellington, MyProtein, Adidas, Nike. But besides this, we also do have McAfee, which is a digital product. So if you do sell digital products as well, that is also a capability that you can sell on our platform as well. So it doesn't have to be a product that you own, but you can also sell digital products as well. Now, going into the second agenda, when it comes to the Rakuten cross-border e-commerce business in general, we only do have, this is the contract type that we do share with our overseas merchants. And for Spain, since Spain is on the list of countries that we can do direct business with, since Spain is on the list of countries that we can do direct business with, Spain will have a direct contract with Rakuten. The companies within Spain will have a direct contract with Rakuten, and you will have all of your documents and documentation within your company name. But no matter where you onboard from, we always do require one thing, and that's what we call Japanese capabilities. And what this is no matter where you onboard from, we would like for somebody within your company to have Japanese capabilities. And what this is there's mainly two parts to this. The first part being when you open your shop, the person that walks you through the process of opening your shop, setting up your shop, that person can only speak Japanese. That's where you'll need the Japanese capabilities to set up your shop. But also, once you do start selling your products, when a Japanese customer does buy your product, and usually there is no issue, but if they tend to maybe have an issue or they would like to resolve an issue, we would always like for that Japanese customer to hopefully resolve that issue in their own native language, and hopefully you can help resolve that issue. So pretty much do customer service in Japanese. So that's where you'll need the Japanese capabilities. And for people who don't have Japanese capabilities, we usually offer three options. So you can either hire internally or you can freelance. For freelance, we here many people use what we call Upwork. So that may be another way you can look into Japanese capable people. But we also do have what we call service partners, official third-party vendors that we work with that can help kind of get you over the hump of the Japanese capability part. So if you are interested, we can share that detail with you and they can hopefully share their services with you. But we usually recommend if you can hire internally, that might be the better way, just to have everything internally. Now, when it comes to the contract in general, we only do have one shop plan for overseas merchants. That's the Ichiba Basic Shop Open Plan. So with the registration fee and monthly fixed fee all included for the first year, it will be 840,000 yen. So that was, when I checked this morning, it was about 5,000 euros right now. And we do know that this is a lot of money, so there is no need to pay this all at once. It's paid in 2 increments. So when you open your account, you'll pay 50%. Then after half a year, that's when you'll pay the other 50%. And besides this, we do take 8 to 10% commission, but we usually say the more you sell, the less the commission will be. And lastly, when it comes to onboarding from Spain specifically, there is what we call a required deposit. And for Spain, that deposit is 300,000 yen, which is, I just checked before this meeting, was about 1,800 euros currently at this time. Now, what's included in the monthly fixed fee is, besides keeping your store open, there is what we call a dedicated EC consultant that's included in the fee. And this person is there to give you feedback on your store, how your store is doing, let you know what kind of advertisements we can do. Right here, we've listed up a few that are, I'll say, the generic ones that we usually share. So SEO, search engine optimization, ad, coupon, but also events. And what events are is Rakuten does do seasonal events like any other EC platform, like Black Friday, Christmas, Valentine's Day, all of the basic stuff. But also, Rakuten does have its own unique events. What this is called the Rakuten Super Sale. This happens every quarter, so March, June, September, and December. And this usually happens between the first week and second week of those months. What we do is we do all the advertising and marketing on our end. So just by having your store open, you usually do see a big increase in sales, big increase in customers. So we usually recommend, if you were to open a shop with us, it would be a good idea to hopefully shoot for these 4 months, just so you don't miss the big 4 opportunities. And hopefully you can make, I'll say, big sale numbers and don't miss the big 4, I'll say, chances to sell. And besides this, Rakuten does have what's included in the commissions in general, so RMS and also marketing campaigns. So these stuff are kind of included. And lastly, when it comes to the onboarding flow specifically, there are mainly 3 steps. So submitting the documents, onboarding screening. So we have an internal screening team that helps, I'll say, review the documents that we did get, and hopefully they'll give us the okay to onboard you. And lastly, we will have the shop open preparation. And when it comes to onboarding, submitting documents, we will share you an application form and agreement form that we require for you to please fill in and send back. But besides this, there are also a few more photos that we'd like for you to please share with us. And that will be these photos. So the onboarding flow. So we would like for you to please take photos of your, I'll say, products. If you have an office, we also like for you to please take a photo of your office from the outside and inside. Maybe some photos of your warehouse if you do have a warehouse nearby, or if you do work in an office and a warehouse combined, maybe a photo of your office specifically and a warehouse specifically. But also, if you do have inventory as well, we also like for you to please take photos of that, just so we know that you have enough inventory to sell. And lastly, we also like to please take photos of, if you are interested in onboarding, we will have to take photos of me or somebody from Rakuten and the person who is applying to the Rakuten shop. So the person in charge for that merchant. So me and that person, the Rakuten person in charge, and that, I'll say, office space, working space specifically. And if you have a company logo, we also like to take photos of that, just so we know that you are working at where you say that you are working at. And lastly, right here, it says a credit safe number. And what credit safe is they are a company that helps us get information about your company. They usually give you a score between A, B, C, D, or E. And if your score is a A, B, or C, we can just give that to the screening team, and that should be no problem. But if we do come back with a score that's a little bit lower than that, if it's a D or E, we may ask you to we may share the report with you. We may ask you to maybe give us a little bit more specific information, or maybe point out anything that might be wrong in the report, and we can hopefully change your score and raise it, and we can share that to the screening team. So we just want you to know that we're getting this credit safe number, and there's nothing for you to do, but we're just getting this, and we'll be using this for the screening as well. So there's quite a lot of information, but for the main part, as long as you can help take photos and maybe set up another Zoom call with us so we can take these specific Zoom photos, this should be everything that we need to onboard. And once you start the flow until you start selling, depending on what the screening team will ask, it usually takes between 1.5 to about 2 months to actually start selling. So if you have a specific month that you'd like to start selling, it would be a good idea to start that process in about 2 months in advance. But if you want to keep it safe, maybe 3 months in advance, just to be sure. But I'll say that's everything that I do have to share today. I know that was a lot of information. Please let me know if you do have any questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Theodore. It's been quite a lot of information, and I think the companies have to for the beginning. If you don't mind, we're going to share the presentation so they can study deeply all the numbers and the way that you're proposing for them to start probably selling their products in Rakuten. I would like to offer them the opportunity to ask you some questions if problem, please let me know through the chat. And I would like to ask you, or at least make a comment first. As probably you may know, Andalusia is the first olive oil producer in the world. So we have many olive oil companies wanted to start business in Japan. And it's not easy at the moment because of the situation of the market, of the economy, because we already have a lot of olive oil producer selling their products in Japan. But I don't know if you can tell us how these kind of products are behaving in the marketplace.
So olive oil specifically, we would say that the marketplace for olive oil specifically on the Rakuten Ichiba marketplace is doing fairly well. And in Japan specifically, we've seen many importers, but also even at food show events, we do see a lot of booths dedicated to olive oil. So we do think that the demand in Japan is fairly high. And if you do start selling, you should be able to organically find people to purchase that product without doing too much marketing in general.
Okay. Well, I don't know, maybe June, you have any question, or any of our attendees of the seminar? I don't know if you have any more questions. Just a second, I think we have.
We have one question.
Yes,
from-
Gustavo, do you prefer to present your question yourself, or you want me to ask him? I think you can open your microphone if you want. Okay.
Okay. I was able to read the question. So pretty
Okay.
much, yes. So when it comes to our own warehouse specifically, so Rakuten does have something similar to FBA, but it's called RSL, Rakuten Super Logistics, and you can keep your products within our warehouse, and we can hopefully help ship your products a little bit faster to our Japanese customers, besides shipping it directly from Spain or your country of origin. But in order to use our facilities from overseas, you will have to use what we call an importer. So this will be a business import, and unfortunately, Rakuten does not have importer connections. So you can use our facilities, RSL, but in order to use our facilities, you will have to find an importer on your own. So we usually recommend, if you were to onboard with us and start using our facilities, we usually recommend maybe ship directly from your country of origin first. And once you know what sells and what to keep in Japan, maybe look into importers so you know what to keep in Japan so you can ship those products a little bit faster. So for the first year, we usually recommend to ship directly. Then the second year, maybe look into other options that we can help you with. I hope that helped answer your question. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect, Theodore. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we have another company, Victor. trying to write. I don't know what happened because Gustavo could not open the microphone, but I have able to everyone to open the micro and the camera. I don't know, Victor, I don't know, maybe you can try to open it if it's easier for you.
Oh.
Victor, it is possible? Yeah. Yeah, what
No,
options
he just looked.
available to boost your sales on Rakuten? It was the question from Victor.
So, so pretty much to boost your sales, it really does depend on what product you're planning to sell. Each, I would say, category has different marketing strategies that work, but there's many different ways to boost. So, as I stated before, what's included in the monthly fixed fee is what we call a dedicated EC consultant. This person is there to give you ideas on how you can promote your store, what kind of advertisements, what kind of ad deals or banners or SEOs, or what kind of options you have at your disposal to actually boost your sales. And this EC consultant is well versed in what I'll say results they can kind of help provide. So if you can have this person can also speak English or Japanese as well, so you can have direct contact with them, and they can share the many different ways to boost your sales and what kind of works for you. So if you maybe have a specific, I'll say, marketing strategy in mind that may work in a different marketplace that you like to implement for Rakuten, there is a chance that we can do that, but it's more about up for discussion and what you would like to do. But the basic, I would say, marketing strategies can be implemented for Rakuten as well.
Just let me tell you that Victor is representing Aragon Carmona Company, is a jewelry company.
Okay, and just to give you the amount of ways we can kind of strategize and all that, there are at least over 100 ways to promote your store and different ways to kind of market your store in general. So there's quite a few options.
Okay, thank you. I think he's just typing. Perfect, thank you, Victor. I don't know if there are more questions. As I said before, we are going to share the presentation with all the companies interested. We are going to share your contact details as well. And we are going to set some B2B meetings with the companies that apply for them. But we are going to do it next week. So our office in Japan will be in contact with the companies, so they will arrange the meetings. And yeah, now we have another question from Amparo. I don't know if you're reading or I can tell you. Okay.
Yes. So when it comes to the Japanese capability part, many of our merchants from overseas tend to have this problem, not having Japanese capability people within their company. So we usually recommend if you can hire somebody, that might be the best way, just to have somebody on hand and help deal with that specific problem whenever you may need to. But we also do have service partners that we work with, people that help deal with, I would say, resolving the Japanese related tasks. So we can let you get in touch with them and they can share their services with you. But also, if maybe the Japanese required tasks are maybe 1 or 2 times not reoccurring and just need them to do it a few times, you can also freelance. If that is what you would prefer.
Thank you. I don't know, Amparo, she's from the company Hacienda Tucán from olive oil as well.
Thank you for your question.
Must have an importer.
So there is no need to have an importer in Japan unless you want to use our facilities. So when it comes to selling your products on the Rakuten Ichiba marketplace from overseas, it will mainly be a personal import for our Japanese customers. So you'll be shipping your products directly to our Japanese customers. But in order to use an importer in Japan, that would be a business import. So I would say the specifics are a little bit different. But if you use an importer, you can use our Rakuten Super Logistics facilities as well. So it really does depend on how you would like to, I would say, move forward with this. But many of our merchants from overseas tend to just do it the personal import way and ship their products directly to our Japanese customers.
Okay, perfect. Because we have many companies selling already their products there, but we have a lot willing to do it for the first time. So, and sometimes, it's quite difficult to find a good importer. So this could be a good idea just to have the first contact with the market and see how it's doing and how it's behaving performances, the products or the service. So I think it could be a good first step for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I don't know if we have any more questions. I think we are done. Just to say thank you to Theodore and Rakuten for being today with us, for solving our doubts and questions. And we really hope that we have companies really interested in your business model. And I think Andaluza de Mieles is asking about the honey.
Honey consumed in Japan, yes. Yes, honey is, I would say, consumed quite a lot in Japan. We are, well, specifically honey in general. I'm not so sure about Spain specifically, but we are seeing an increase in honey, specifically Manuka honey. If you maybe heard of that, that has been seen a very high increase in sales as well as a health food in general. So health food in Japan is one of the top selling products within our marketplace as well. And honey is considered a health food. So we do think that was pretty much well consumed. A lot of people tend to eat it with acai bowls and granola bars in general and yogurt. So that's what we're kind of many people spend it for. And the shelf life is, I'll say, fairly easy to keep and maintain. So I would say for an EC marketplace health food product, honey is one of the easier products to sell in general.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have anything else to comment, because you have know all our companies and the products that we usually trade in Japan. I don't know if you want to add something else.
No, maybe for me. No, I think it's okay. I hope just Lola talked. Next week we have opportunity to have individual session with maybe Miss Takahashi, maybe. Well, anyway, I hope if you are interested, please contact us to organize the individual session. Thank you very much.
Perfect, June. Thank you. Okay, so Theodore, again, thank you very much for being today with us, for sharing with us the Rakuten information. As I said before, I think it's a good first step for those companies who want to introduce their products in the market, and even for those without already selling their products. So can be a good another way to do it, and I think because of your experience in the market, it's a nice way and start business in Japan. So we hope you can contact and you can have a relation with some of our companies. And if we have more companies, because we had a lot that couldn't connect today, but they ask us for the information. So we will contact them with you, and hopefully we get some business really soon. Thank you very much again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you, Theodore.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.